Once upon a time, in a world not so different from ours, there were two brothers named Cain and Abel. They lived in a small, quiet village where their family had a modest farm. Cain, the elder brother, was a strong and determined young man. He was serious and often lost in thought, always planning his next task. Abel, the younger of the two, was kind-hearted and gentle, with a natural joy that seemed to follow him wherever he went. The brothers shared the work on their family farm. Cain took to the fields, growing crops and tending to the land with a disciplined hand. He was proud of the fruits and vegetables he grew, watching them rise from the earth like a testament to his hard work. Abel, on the other hand, cared for the animals. He had a special way with the sheep and goats, knowing just how to calm them with his soothing voice and gentle touch. Now, in those days, it was customary to give thanks for the harvest and the blessings of life by offering a portion of your best work as a gift. Cain and Abel were no exception. When the time came, Cain gathered the finest of his crops, carefully selecting the ripest and most colorful produce. He arranged them neatly and brought them forward as his offering. Abel, with his tender heart, chose the healthiest and most beloved lamb from his flock. He had cared for this lamb from its birth, and though it was hard to part with it, he knew it was the right thing to do. The time came to present their offerings, and both brothers did so with different expectations. Cain, confident in his hard work, believed his offering would surely be the better of the two. After all, he had toiled under the sun day after day, ensuring every plant was perfect. Abel, however, approached with humility, simply hoping his offering would be accepted as a sign of his gratitude. To everyone's surprise, it was Abel's offering that was favored. The simple, heartfelt gift of a lamb, given with sincerity and love, touched the heart in a way that Cain's offering didn't. This stung Cain deeply. He felt overlooked, unappreciated, and soon those feelings of resentment began to grow inside him like a thorny weed. Cain couldn't shake the thought that his hard work had been ignored. How could Abel, who seemed to spend his days singing with the sheep, be seen as more worthy? It wasn't long before his jealousy turned to anger, and that anger festered into something darker. One day, while they were out in the fields, Cain confronted Abel. He couldn't hold back his frustration any longer and let it all out in a burst of rage. Abel, who had never wished any harm, was taken aback by his brother's outburst. But before he could say anything to calm Cain, the anger that had been boiling over in his heart spilled out in a terrible way. In a moment of blind fury, Cain struck Abel, and with that single terrible act, his brother fell to the ground, lifeless. The instant it happened, Cain knew he had done something he could never undo. The weight of his actions crushed him, and he realized too late that his anger had taken everything from him. Abel, the brother who had always loved him, was gone, and there was no bringing him back. Cain was left to wander, carrying the burden of his guilt and sorrow. No longer could he find peace in the fields, nor could he take comfort in his work. The land which once flourished under his care now seemed barren and empty. In the end, Cain's story became a cautionary tale in the village. The elders would tell the tale of Cain and Abel to remind everyone that envy and anger, if left unchecked, could lead to the greatest of tragedies. And so, the story lived on, teaching generations to come that love and kindness were worth more than any gift or hard work alone. As for Cain, he was remembered not just for his mistake, but for the lessons his story brought to others, a reminder to cherish the bonds of family and to always seek peace in our hearts.